Okay, so now I experimented with the idea of a Mega Absol team. I did forget that I haven't used Mega Absol. So, I was like, hey, let's go ahead and give it a try, why not? After a Swords Dance, its Sucker Punch is just deadly. So, yeah, first battle is kind of short, and you'll see why. Okay, so I'm on the other side. I have Celebi, he has an Azelf, I go for the U-turn. This is a specially defensive Celebi, actually, with Toxic and Heal Bell, U-turn, Dazzling Gleam. It's just a little set I whipped up. Go for the Sword Stance, go for Sucker Punch. None of my team actually has, like, reliable recovery, so that's a big downfall. Go for Iron Tail on Honchkrow, and he's just going to forfeit after, I also Sucker Punch Slowbro to death, because I'm assuming he tried to go for Scald. So that was a pretty easy win. I'm actually going to go this battle because I want the second battle to actually be the last battle. So for the third battle I had, and the reason I want the second battle to be the last battle is because it was probably the best one. So here we go. So I'm on the other side again. He leads off with a Raikou, and because I'm specially defensive Celebi, I actually take that Shadow Ball fairly nicely, I guess. Not really too great, but say great enough. I know he's going to be threatened out by a Donphan because he doesn't want to take the Earthquake. I go for the Stealth Rocks, bring in my Assault Vest Florges, which I actually had fun making this set. Assault Vest Florges is actually really, really good, just because it takes hits. He gets Zen Head. He goes for Zen Headbutt, gets crit, which kind of sucks because I'm sure I would have lived a lot more hits had that crit not happened. Doesn't really matter. He has Hitmonchan. He goes for Bullet Punch. Figured it was either Bullet or Bach Punch, or maybe he was going to go for Rapid Spin, threatening me out. So Calm Jack was a good switch. Fire Blast actually does a lot to Druddigon as it comes in. 33%. Really good for a resisted hit. He is going to go for the Sucker Punch. I go for Dazzling Gleam on Celebi. The reason I do have Dazzling Gleam is for Dragons and Dark types. So that is a thing. It also happens to hit Fighting types for super effective, which is also nice. Go for a U-turn here. Not really sure what Aromatisse is trying to do. Aromatisse goes for the Wish, and I went into Donphan because I see an opportunity to get rocks away, but then he goes for a Wish, and I'm like, I really don't want Druddigon getting that health back, so I am going to go for the Earthquake. He goes for Rapid Spin, so do I. Get rid of both rocks. This is actually a bulky, physically attacking Donphan. It actually isn't a defensive wall, surprisingly, but it does end up working out. Because since I do have HP, my Sturdy doesn't even go off. Don't even get burned, which is nice. Go for the Stealth Rocks. He's going to switch for some reason, I don't know why, because he could have killed me, which is why I was Brandon Celebi. Go for Dazzling Gleam. Guessing this is a fairly max special defense Hitmonchan, which isn't an issue. I am going to bring in Crobat. He switches out into Milotic, which is weird. Go for the Brave Bird, and bring Milotic pretty far down. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Cross Poison here because I don't want to take any more recoil. So that was just a nice little play. Cross Poison, obviously, for fairies, because fairies are annoying. Going to bring in Florges as Death Fodder here, because I don't know what he's going to go for. I suspected he might have Extra Sensory, and I didn't really want to stay in, so I go ahead and bring in Absol, go for the Sword Stance, and I carry Iron Tail. High risk, high reward. It's really good for getting rid of the fairies, and so that's why I have it. I also have Zen Headbutt for the fighting types. And then he is going to forfeit. Didn't really matter because his Raikou was dead anyway. Alright, so now for the actual last battle, which is actually the second battle, but it was the best one. This guy actually also subscribed to my YouTube afterwards, and he was a chill chap, stuck around. We talked a bit. I subscribed to him. I like his stuff. He likes my stuff. I'll have his link in the description as well to his channel, so that'll be there. Alright, so this is actually the best match I've had in a while on Showdown. He leads with Virizion, I lead with Celebi, and I go for Dazzling Gleam. He like, in the chat, he's like, is that an offensive Celebi? And I'm like, no, it wouldn't have worked for this team. I mean, Celebi still does a decent amount of damage, but I really need Celebi to tank hits and fire off Toxics. Brandon and Florges go for their Energy Ball, do a nice amount of damage, and had he wanted to keep Hippowdon in here, I would have been able to do something, but I figured he wasn't going to want to, so I did switch in Crobat, because Crobat is a fairly safe switch for most of his team. Go for the Brave Bird, get a crit, which means this Uxie is bulky, because that's all the damage it did, which is disappointing. He is going to withdraw. I go for a Roost because I didn't know what he was going to do. I really didn't. So figured Roost was safe. Go for Brave Bird. Really, probably should have just gone for Brave Bird because 2 Brave Birds and Hippowdon would have been gone, which would have been nice because this Hippowdon was a nuisance for a little while in this match. Going to bring in Florges, and Florges manages to live in Ice Vein surprisingly. I didn't expect to live. He's going to bring in Jirachi, which I kind of expected, so I probably should have gone for the Hidden Power Fire, which I really thought I was going to, but I didn't want to make any over predictions that might have costed me, so hey, lose my Assault Vest Florges, which is sad, but at least it did some work. Go for the Earthquake. Take the Ice Vein really nicely. Don't get the Freeze Hacks, which is awesome. Unfortunately, that Earthquake does like only like 45% with a crit. Figured he was probably going to switch into Oopsie here or something. So I did go for the Rapid Spin, get rid of rocks, and after I go for the Stone Edge, hit. Sandstorm's going to take out his Oopsie, so that's his first Pokemon down, which is good. He goes for the Leaf Blade. Since his Stealth Rocker's gone, and I don't foresee any Rapid Spinner on his team, I am going to set up Stealth Rocks and then let Donphan die. Because Donphan has lived his use, even though he could probably take up Manectric and Jirachi. So I go for the Heat Wave, because I didn't know. I thought maybe he was going to bring the Jirachi, honestly. So I figured a Heat Wave wasn't a bad idea. Don't know if I'll really keep Heat Wave on Crobat. It's just nice for Steel types, but I don't know. U-turn might be nice having that switch initiative, but so far it hasn't really taken its toll. So yeah, obviously I went for the Cross Poison to try and poison him. He is going to go for the Ice Vein again. Misses. Go for the Roost, and I play this a little bit predictable. Now I'm going to go for Heat Wave to try and get burned because that actually would be better. Probably going to play this a little bit predictable at this point. So I go for another Heat Wave. Really didn't have to play it this predictable. So here's what I'm talking about. He knows I'm going for Roost. I know I'm going for Roost. He gets Earthquake, gets rid of Crobat, which is really crappy because that means I have nothing for Virizion. Candlejack goes ahead, comes in, takes out Hippowdon, and also takes out his Rampardos. I'm guessing he was Choice Scarf, but I'm also a Choice Scarf Chandelure, so that's what made it work out. He Mega Evolves here, goes for the, and gets the Intimidate, goes for the Volt Switch, because he needs something else out here. Yeah, my Celebi's dead, simply put. Because I'm not running any speed investment, it was either speed tie or he just flat out outsped me. Gonna go for the Sword Stance, get the Sucker Punch off, and that Manectric is dead next time it comes in. He gets a crit, which really sucks because my Absol could have lived. So right now I'm banking on the fact that he doesn't have Stone Edge, hopefully. Which it doesn't look like he does because he goes for Leaf Blade. So got really lucky he didn't have Stone Edge, otherwise I probably would have lost the match. Because, yeah. And I'm also banking on the fact that Fire Blast doesn't miss and any of the 3 turns I need to hit. It did, which is fantastic. And Manectric, like I said, is going to die to Stealth Rocks. And then we had a nice little chat afterwards about YouTubes. But yeah, it was fun. Mega Absol team. The only really weak thing I noticed on the team is foul play. Foul play users like Umbreon kind of destroy the team, which need to work on that. I also have more special attackers than. I mean, I have more physical attackers than special attackers. So I guess not really, because Celebi has U-turn and Dazzling Gleam. But, you know, I could see Pursuit being an issue as well, because of the fact that I have nothing to really safely get out. I have U-turn, but unfortunately I'm going to take Pursuit damage from that. So, couple things the team probably needs worked on. Have any suggestions to improve the team? Put them in the comments, and I'll work with them. This originally was supposed to be a Hawlucha team, and then like when I made the team I didn't realize Hawlucha was BL, so that was unfortunate. I was really looking forward to trying out that Hawlucha set on Pokemon Showdown that I'm making, but apparently I'll have to do it in OU. Oh well, hope you guys enjoyed the battles. Feel free to check out Thomas. I think that's how it's said, but feel free to check him out. I'll have his link in the description because he was a cool chap, a good, cool person. Unlike the other two who just rage quitted as soon as possible. As soon as the odds were not in their favor. So, we'll see you guys later, and good boy.